Hello again, ABC students. This is Mr. Ward. Today's lesson is Unit 2A, Day 5, Evaluating Functions More, but we're going to use our calculator today. As you're very well familiar with, using the y equals button and going to the second graph where we use our table, we're going to do more of that today, but we're going to do it to evaluate. So let's get started. We're going to first do our f of x function here. We're going to put it into y1. So on our graphing calculator, which I have pulled up here, I'm going to go to y1, and I'm going to plug in 3x plus 2. Now I'm going to go to second graph, and what was our process? We're going to draw a great wall. X equals y equals every single time. That 2 is on the x side, so I'm looking for y. I set up my problem. I now look for 2 in the x column. Found it. What's y? Y is 8. Let's do it again. Draw my great wall. X equals -2. What does y equal? Go up to -2. Y equals -4. Circled it. Because there's two numbers, you got to tell us which one's your answer. And the third one is a bigger number, y equals 51. Still set it up like always. 51's on the x side. What's the y? But it's going to take me a while. I'm going to jump down. Second window. Start at 51. Second graph. I jump right on there. And where do I land? At y equals 155. Nice and circled. All right, we've already done that. Now we're going to do what we started the other day, which is going backwards. Given the y, find the x. Still draw our great wall. X equals y equals. The y equals 17. It's the x I'm looking for. I got to go back to my beginning. Second window, let's go back to 0. Second graph. Y equals 17 is right there. So what does x equal? 5. Let's keep going. We're doing well. X equals y equals. Love that great wall. Y equals -10. Circle the x. When y equals -10, looks like I got to go up. And again, I'm not looking for a -10 in the x column. I'm looking for it in the y column. And there it is. What's x? -4. And let's do letter C. 89, big number. We can do this though. Draw our great wall. Y equals 89. What's x? Scroll down. Shouldn't take us too long, I don't think, to get to 89. There it is. X equals 29. Don't forget to circle the one that you found. All right. New function. Got to do a little erasing here, guys. Sorry about that. Taking some notes. All right. We have two functions, f of x and g of x. We could put them both in our calculator at the same time, but I think that'll get us a little confused, possibly. So instead, I'm going to do all my f's in blue. Now I'm going to look at all my questions and see how many of them are actually f of x questions. And what I see is A and C. Because B, D, and E are g's, which we're going to do in red, y2. All right, so I go back to my calculator, blue. I need to get rid of it. What was in there? Clear it out. Whoops. And plug in this 5x minus 1. Now I'm going to go to my calculator for two questions. Let's do A first. Great wall equals 3 on the x side. What's y? Second graph. Get back to 3. There it is. Y equals 14. Circle it. I'm not going to do B. How come? because b is the g function and we don't have that in our calculator yet, but I am going to do c. Great Wall, x equals, y equals, sorry, I got to move my calculator. Y equals 39. What's x? And it's right on my screen, right there. X equals 8. Circled and done. All right, I don't have any more f's, so I'm going to do g's now in red. I'm going to go to y equals, clear that junk out. I'm actually going to move it down to y2 to make it red. X, the squared key is first column about halfway down, minus 10. So now I got g of -5. I'm going to hit equals, x equals, y equals. What side is the -5 on? Of course, it's on the x side. Second graph, up till I get to -5 for x. There I am. What does y equal? 15. Go down to letter letter D. Set it up. Great Wall, x equals y equals. What's interesting here? The y is 6. Let's find our x. So look for 6 in the y column. I found it. What's x? -4. But this is a tricky one because there is another 6. And that can happen sometimes when given a y value, you may have more than one x. So you got to look for them all. So what do you write? You write x equals 4 and x equals -4 and circle them both. And then the last question, they kind of try to make it a little trickier for you. Whoops. Sorry about that. And that is, they say, which value is bigger, g of 3 or g of 5? I know 5 is bigger than 3, but that doesn't mean g of 5 is bigger than g of 3. So I got to evaluate them both. G of 3, 3 on the x side, what's y? G of 5, 5 on the x side, what's y? And then I'm just going to pick the bigger number. So I have my g function in. I can go down to 3. Whoops, I was right on it. G of 3 is -1. Down to 5, g of 5 is 15. What's a bigger number? 15 or -1? 15 by far. So g of 5 is bigger. Nicely done. All right, we got a couple more. Not saying we're going to do all of them necessarily, but we can at least do a couple more. What do we got? We got a couple big examples here. Maybe we won't get to 3. That's fine. So, F. Let's do it in blue. Let's do our same strategy. All the F's, that would be A, and that would be D. G's are going to be in red. That would be B and C. Let's set this up. Great Wall, x equals, y equals. Do this all the time. Math's all about patterns. Plug the 2 in for x. What's y? Go back to our calculator. Clear out the old equation. Put the new one into y. 1, 5x plus 1. Second graph table. When x is 2, y equals, you got it, 11. We're not going to do B, we're not going to do C, but we are going to do D. Great Wall, y equals 91. What's x? And this is one we got to look for more than 191, so let's be careful. So 91, I'm going to hold it down until I get there. It doesn't look like it's going to be too far. There it is, 18. And those numbers get bigger. Those numbers get smaller. There is no other one. X equals 18. And done. Let's go back and do our 2 G's. Go to y equals. Clear that out. Move to red just so we can be color-coded. -2x plus 3. It's in our calculator. Let's set this one up for B. Great Wall, x equals -1. What is y? Second graph. -1, y is 5, and circled. And the last one, you got it. You're probably faster than me now. Y equals -17. Where am I going to go for y equals -17? Up? No, that's positive y's. Y equals -17 is right there. X is 10. We got it. All right, guys, I don't think we need to do that last example. We did a great job today using our calculator to evaluate functions. Day 6 and 7, we're going to do that a little bit more. Great work, and have a nice day.